Alright, so we have a full educational game with Hwei up against LeBlanc. So as Hwei, your most important things are to basically try and reach like your first and second item without being too far behind. Like, you're pretty good in lane, but you're not like a lane bully. If you're against like a really strong laner like LeBlanc, or you're against like a laning mage or something, you're probably going to struggle. So normally in the early game, you can get prior by like cheesing the wave with QE level 1. Now, if you don't want to get push, you should be careful of doing that. I'm going to go for it. I have a very unique setup. This is specific to LeBlanc. Normally, just go Comet and go Precision Secondary with Cut Down and Haste. So QEing the wave level 1 like this is something you can do literally just as the wave comes, and it basically guarantees you prior in pretty much whatever matchup you want. But you actually don't want to use too many QEs. That's like probably the last one you're going to use for a while. And the reason is that every time you use QE on the wave, that's one Q that you can't use on your opponent, and potentially a cooldown that they can like punish you for. So once we have the prior secured, we're not going to use it on the wave anymore. Instead, we're just going to try and use it to harass. As you can see, I've been using it for purely zoning purposes, but yeah. So this is pretty good. Like, we're going to get level 2 first. That's on any champ, getting level 2 first is great. And then we can go for a quick trade. And our bone plating keeps us alive. See there, that's why bone plating is so good against assassins. Because if they can't proc it before they go in, it just absorbs like their entire combo. Like minus 87 from LeBlanc there is insane. Okay, so next thing, at around like 230 or so, you want to drop a ward on the side your jungler's pathing to. So in this situation here, our jungler is pathing across. So we're going to go ahead and ward bot side, and then we're just going to hug to this. I just realized I need to turn off my map cover. I'll do that when I base. So at this point, we need to be a little careful. Most assassins have really good chase down and really good gank setup. So we want to let this wave come back to us. And we like mega outscale LeBlanc. So like if we don't die, basically, like the game is over. We'll shit on her. So what we're going to do is we're just going to hold this wave outside our turret for pretty much like as long as we can. The thing is though, we don't want to give LeBlanc an opportunity to roam. So if LeBlanc uses cooldowns on the wave, we'll use cooldowns as well. If she doesn't use cooldowns, then we'll just hold them. It's actually totally fine to just hold cooldown and like stop your opponent from like trading on you, basically. We do have bone plating back up, so actually I probably can trade like a little aggressively. Yep, so this is fine. I'm the CEQ, but again, like just look how OP bone plating is. Like he managed to just take no damage. Now another kind of important thing is that when your opponent has Ignite and you have TP, you really want to recall before they do, because you want to try and lock them in lane. So what I'm going to quickly do is I'm actually going to decide I'm going to try and one-shot... Actually, okay, I was going to one-shot the wave, but I have Nocturne with me. Okay, that's fine. Oh wait, I pressed the wrong fucking buttons. Okay, I was trying to press WE, QW, but I just like pressed the wrong buttons. That happens to the best. Yeah, I was like wondering why is my QW not going, but okay. That's pretty good. I mean, we get LeBlanc's flash, which is super nice. Like, we can just shove this all the way under turret. Yeah, okay, that's pretty chill. Alright. So, basically, we're in like a super good spot, right? Like, LeBlanc has no flash. We've got everything. We outscale really hard, so life is great. So what we're going to do is we're going to go for Dark Seal, because it's the best item in the game. We're going to grab Amtone, because it's really important that we get one chapter component on your first base. If you only have gold for either chapter component or Dark Seal, you should just buy a chapter component, because you really need to make sure you get a Seraph's, or sorry, you need a chapter on your second base. You really need that. And then refillable, second most OP item in the game, lots of sustain for the lane, and yeah, finally, pink is really useful to have against like, well, anything really as an mobile mage, but particularly against ganking champs, it's nice to have a pink just to give yourself more safety. Now, basically, no. Oh, F that. Basically, all we need to do is kind of stabilize until we see the jungler. So you might be wondering, like, why don't I place my vision immediately? And the reason is that I kind of need to know where Nocturne's playing. So, okay, nice. Huge trade. I think I'm going to pink bot side. So what I was doing is just trying to wait to see if Nocturne, like, confirms to a side. Could quickly run bot, maybe? Yeah, I'm kind of down. Maybe snipe the... That's a bit of a yikes. I probably should have used WQ for MS. I was kind of greeting there. I should be like... Well, I'll kill this guy instead, I think. Yeah, kind of greeted, but I mean, this guy's going to die. That's fine. I think it's better to use WQ for MS. The thing is, normally you don't want to go for these roams this way because you're not very useful pre-6, but that was kind of just the case of like, well, these guys are like really low HP in the bot river, so we'll just go and kill them. And then we'll shove one more wave bot because our Jinx has gone mid. Now, maybe we can get ganked by Nidalee. I think it's kind of unlikely, but I mean, I guess it's possible. So we'll shove this all the way in. I'm just going to save E just in case I get ganked by Nidalee. Like I said, I think it's unlikely, but okay. So yeah, we're in a super solid spot. We're going to reset and go mid. Now, this time we probably will TP. TPing this time matters because, well, one, we don't want to miss the wave, but two, like, we want to make sure that we have tempo to fight the grubs. I'm going to buy another pink because if we do want to fight grubs, it's really important to pink next to it to actually defend it. You don't want to buy too many pinks, right? Like, pinks can definitely be a waste of gold, but I think having pinks for early game and pinks for side lane is both pretty valuable. Now, this is quite risky. Like, pushing up with no flash like this is risky, but because I have my jungler next to me, I should be safe. And what we're going to do is we're going to set up all our vision to contest the grubs. So the best thing you can do is do this, like pink here and then ward here. It should be fine. I'm just going to WW myself. Yeah, that's pretty good. And the reason you really want to do this is because the best way to contest an objective is holding the bush next to it. So, like, rather than actually hitting the objective, you just want to make sure that you essentially, like, get prior, like I'm doing now. And then if they contest, you can, like, sit in this bush and poke them. Now, they're not contesting, so we're not scared of anything, basically. I'm just going to ult this guy. It's always good to commit ult nice and early if you manage to hit an EQ, because the amount of pressure you put on someone... Wow, that was actually fake. Okay. The amount of pressure you put on someone just by chunking them out is really useful. Especially when you outscale like this, you know? Like, we don't really need to do anything special. We just need to keep her low. Now, Nidalee's bot, which makes our life very easy. We can just, like, hit this turret for free. As long as we save E, we shouldn't be under any threat. We also have bone plating soon. And I'm just gonna... Oh, wow. That's how you know you're depressed as LeBlanc. I'm just going to use QEs on the wave and just keep her pinned here, basically. Like, she doesn't have TP, so she's, like, kind of fucked. Yeah, she's basically just stuck here. At the end, by the way, I will talk about what I think LeBlanc could have done better, in case you guys are curious, but for now, we'll just keep pushing this under turret as long as we hug topside. Like, we shouldn't really be scared of anything. Okay, there's Leona. Away. While I remember, let me turn off my map cover. Where even is that? Wait, it's off anyway. Oh, genius. Okay. Alright, so we'll shove this all the way in. And then probably what we'll do is... well, first we're going to meet this Jinx. That's very annoying. Okay, so we do kind of need to get a base off. Like, one thing you've got to be really careful of is try not to look for fights when you have a lot of gold. So, like, right here, Leona's kind of stopping me from basing because I don't want to give up this wave, which is annoying. That's very annoying. And we do have to be quite careful here, because again, the wave is pushed and I don't have flash, so I do need to be a little careful. I think I'm going to try and greet it. I'm kind of saying that as long as I, like, hug up, I should be safe, but it is, like, consciously greedy, I guess. Alright, we see Leona bot, so we can shove this all the way in. Now, at this point, I would normally base, but the reason I won't is because I'm so close to items. So, Faded Ashes is a really shitty component, so we really don't want to go home and buy Faded Ashes. So at this point, we kind of want to greed until we have a full Blackfire. And again, like, greeding is normally bad because you can't fight anything when you have lots of gold. And, like, being off the map and being unable to fight things for a long time is, like, normally kind of bad. But, like I said, I really don't want to go home and buy Faded Ashes. So this should be good. We're going to go home, we're going to grab our Blackfire, and then we're in a really, really, really good position. Those guys are dead. So we'll just wait a tiny bit here. And then we'll grab Blackfire. Okay, and then we're just going to sprint it to lane. So, the couple weaknesses we have right now, the biggest one is that we have no boots. And so by having no boots, it means that we are quite gankable, and also we're not that good at roaming. Because, well, we lack all that movement speed, basically. But, like, the advantages we do have are, well, we have a shit ton of damage, and we also have a ton of wave clear. So we can just, like, pin whoever's here to their turret, which is really good. Especially when we have grubs, because we can just take plates. So we're not going to worry about this LeBlanc being bought. We're literally just going to shove mid. One big mistake that I'll talk about right now is that if you roam off tempo, like LeBlanc did here, like without pushing mid, you will end up losing so much gold for it. Because, like, I can hit mid with this cannon wave, which is worth just so much money. So we're just going to drop a ward just to give me something to hug to. Mainly because I'm a little scared of Leona. And then we're just going to try and poke this Vayne out under turret. She's super low. My Blackfire is meaning I... Ooh, okay, she flashed. That's fine. Vayne no flash. Yeah, so we should be a little careful. I mean, realistically, we should respect while our teammates are not ready. But Vayne's chunked, so we can probably just shove this. Maybe they'll gang me from top side. I should be safe again. As long as I hug the bot side, it should be chilling. I do need to grab boots at some point. Normally, you want to grab boots a little bit earlier than this. The main reason I delayed it is just because I had awkward bases. And also, like, LeBlanc's not a heavy skill shot champion, so it's not as bad to have no boots. But normally, you probably would want boots, like, a little bit earlier. Very nice, managed to quickscope the Nidalee. Now, in big AoE situations like this, you mostly want to use EE and QE, because it's just generally, like, more value overall. Although this little fucking rat's making life pretty difficult for me. I think I'm actually just going to stun that guy. And then, let's see if we can snipe. Who do we think the real one is? Oh, it is that one. Okay, let's just kite that out. Maybe I can snipe over here. Not quite. We can probably chase this, though. I'm just going to... Oh, wait, that's the real one. Okay, fuck you, man. Oh, my God, I'm losing it. Okay, I got her. Yeah, so I kind of misplayed a little bit. I probably should have used E earlier. He doesn't want me to push the wave? And okay. I mean, it's better for him to, for me to push top and him to go mid, but... Okay, it's fine. Whatever. In that situation, just like... Yeah, I don't know. Don't piss your teammates off, I guess. Now, in a TP mid, normally in the mid game, you want to be a little careful using your TP like this, because TP is what gives you permission to side lane. So, you definitely don't want to use your TP too often. And since mid-game is kind of starting, we'd kind of like to have TP so that we can side lane. But in this spot here, I mean, we kind of want the tempo for grubs. We want to be here nice and early. And it's still early enough that, like, we're not actually side laning yet. See here how, like, by being on the map early, we're actually able to, like, push Nidalee off? Yeah, totally. So that was because of our TP, basically. Well, what is going on here? I want to go back mid. Just fight this guy with bone plating. Bone plating's so broken, like, you can just fight people. Okay. I think that's the real one. Okay, I have Nidalee here. Now, this Nidalee is potentially inting. Definitely inting. Right. That's totally fine. Alright, quick scope this guy. Okay, he has a W. Now, we're a little greedy by staying, but I think we should be fine. We can save WW in case she tries to go on us. I think I won't... Oh, we have a Jinx ult. Maybe we can move her into it. Alright, so probably what we want to do is, again, just reset. We could be greedy and try and poke her out. Yeah, I think we can. If she uses cooldowns on the wave, especially W, we can play aggro. And as long as we save WW, we shouldn't be too in danger. Oh, well, using WW wasn't ideal. Or using WE. Okay, I kind of trolled that. I got lucky. I should have used WW, but... I mean, she's too far behind. Okay, I'm going to be really greedy, I think, and shove one more. I can do this because I one-shot the wave, basically, and I can just run away. Yeah, look at that. When you get Blackfire, like, your wave crew is fucking insane. Okay, so if you're really brave here, you can go Magi's. Magi's is really good on Hwei because you have a lot of range. Now, I think in theory it's better to buy Liandry components, and the reason is just that, like, I have no flash. And they do have a Leona, so there is actually a reasonable kill threat. But, like, if you think you won't die, you should buy a Magi. It's safer to buy Liandry, though. And Liandry is your default second item on Hwei. Pretty much can't ever go wrong with it. And it's also really good if they have, like, multiple melees like that. Like Shen, Leona, two big health stackers. So we're just going to shove this wave first, and then we'll go see if we can push Nidalee off in the jungle. You don't really have to do this. It's more just like a side quest. Alright, they're already gone. That's fine. So the main thing we need to be careful of right now is just that we have no flash. Like, as in a mobile mid, when you have no flash, the entire map will be looking at you. So if you can just try and, like, well, not die, basically, that's the best thing you can do. So for now, what we're going to do is we'll shove this mid wave all the way in, and then we're going to go to side lane. So this is a part where I think a lot of you guys get really confused about, like, what to do. Basically, there's, like, a few things in the mid game to think of as, well, any mid laner, really. One... Perfect world is you shove the side wave all the way to here. If you can do it without dying. You want to shove as far as you can without dying. And the things you need to kind of keep in mind for that is, like, how much vision do you have? Where is your jungler? So, like, right here with my jungler top and very little bot side vision, I can't really push, right? So I just back away because I can't push. So I'm just going to wait. I'm just going to play nice and far back here. And then if we see people topside, so if we see Nidalee and we see Leona, we'll go back to pushing. And then as long as you have TP, you should be fine to be in the side lane. So like I said, here, my TP is up soon, so I'm okay to be here. But I should be really safe because my entire team is showing top, and I don't see anyone right now. So even though I like shit on Vayne, I've got to be really careful until I actually see Nidalee and Leona. Those are the two people we're kind of being careful of. So this is called being weak side, and your job when you're weak side is just to live, basically. So we see Leona again. I still don't know where Nidalee is, which makes me kind of scared. Here's Leona. Yeah, this situation, I mean, it kind of sucks. You can't really do anything, though. You just have to wait. You have to kind of trust that your team is getting enough topside. And worst case, if they fight, like, you can TP in. Okay, there's Nidalee. So the moment we see Nidalee, that's when we start pushing. We'll quickly watch this fight. If we need to TP in, we will. But the big thing here is, like, now we know where Nidalee is, we can actually push the side lane, which feels good. So we're just going to quickly try and drop some deeper vision. Looks like we're going to have a fight, so I'm going to try and walk to this. Try and snipe. Okay, missed. Okay, it looks like the team just died. There's not a whole lot we can do there. Like, they kind of just got caught. So there's not too much to do in that situation. The best thing you can do now is just come cover mid. You know, the one nice thing about your teammates dying is that it actually gives you an opportunity to farm mid, which is, like, really nice. Like, you love farming mid. Oh my god, I almost one-shot that guy. So the most important thing when your teammates die is to not chain in, basically. So if we can, like, save this turret and not die, it's really good. If you die here while your teammates are dead, you're trolling. You just need to, like, live until your teammates are, like, ready. So here, my Jinx will come clear mid. I'm going to reset and go buy my Liandry, and then I want to go back bot and get set up in the side. So we'll buy a pink, which makes side laning a lot easier, and then we'll just push out. Now, you might be wondering, why don't I just TP to this turret? And again, the reason is that I really, really want TP available so that if my team fights, I can TP in. So it's not really worth TPing for this because even though that wave is nice, you're going to lose so much in the long run. You're going to lose like a shit ton. So what we're going to do is just give up some of the wave and then start pushing bot. So we want to set up our vision to kind of like allow ourselves to push in. These guys are caught. So you might be wondering, why don't I TP to this? And that's because my teammates are not ready. Now, if it keeps going, I might TP. No, honestly, they kind of died off tempo. So I don't want to TP to this because they got picked at like a bad time. So the best thing you can do if your team dies at a bad time is just keep going bot. I do want to TP to fights, but like if these guys get caught so early, it's really hard for me to TP because, you know, like Nocturne got there late, Jinx, like Lulu was already dead by the time Nocturne ulted in. So we'll just try and take as much as we can bot side in the meantime. But I would TP to that fight most times, to be honest, like maybe 90% of the time. But that fight, they just died too early, so I couldn't get there. So I'm just going to come set up my vision, and I'll just keep playing to myself, basically. And again, I'm just going to deafen these freaks. So we'll just, yeah, get them to stop talking. So now we're playing for Dragon, right? So before Dragon, all you need to do is, if you have gold, you need to go spend it. Now, I don't have any gold, really. Like, I can't go for, what's it called? Ooh, well played. Should be fine. I don't want to have to ult because I want it for the team fight, but I think I should be fine. Yeah. So I'm going to have to base because I have no health, but I was going to stay on the map there and hold the area. So this is kind of a problem. What I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to TP. So the reason I have to TP is because I got chunked, basically. Now, ideally, I don't TP here. But the problem is that, like, if I don't TP, I won't be able to get here in time. So that's why getting chunked there was, like, pretty bad. Okay, that guy did not fall for my little cheese. Okay, so what's our goal, I guess? We just need to make sure we don't get caught by Leona ult, and then we just need to put out, like, as much AoE as possible. It's actually pretty simple. Just, like, spam QEs, pretty much. And don't get Leona ulted, which is actually kind of what's happening. So we can get a lot of AoE here. I mean, it's a pretty good situation to throw away. I'm just going to run away from Vayne. Oh my god, I actually got stunned. Yeah, it's kind of annoying. Okay, Vayne's taking a shit ton of damage. Now, Garen's actually getting a lot top. So, in theory, we didn't really need to do Dragon because Garen was actually getting stuff top. So that was probably a mistake from my team overall to, like, start Dragon, given that Garen was top with no TP. But it kind of works out not too badly. So that's fine. We're just going to delete this wave because no one's here. And we'll just reset. So now things get, like, quite a lot harder. The main reason being that, like, we want to go side, but we don't have TP. So In this spot, it's pretty difficult to know what to do. Probably you just group mid. Like, top wave's too far away. We don't have TP. Like, we can't really be bot. So I think the safest thing to do is essentially just to group. And maybe if we get a pick, like, we can do something. Potentially I just run bot here, even. Oh my god, he lived. How broken is Garen? Okay, I think if Jinx is going bot, I might quickly one-shot the mid wave. We could probably do Atacon, I think. I'll just quickly shove the mid wave. It's always a good idea to, like, keep an eye on random waves. Like, you don't want to be giving waves for free, basically. I think Garen will go top, right? Okay, we're starting Atacon, so I'm just going to come hit this. This should be good again. I mean, Atacon is a good area for Hwei to fight in. Like, there's a lot of chokes, which is kind of nice. Okay, Shen ulted or TP'd already, I guess. This looks pretty good. Just going to EW. Okay, actually not the best EW, but... Okay, I'll ult the Shen. If you can get an ult on a tank, it's kind of nice, because it, you know, fills an area with a lot of AoE. We can probably just speed up our Jinx here and maybe look to chase. Holy shit, look, she's going nuts. Let's see if we can... Oh, okay, got the fear on the Vayne. Let's try and snipe her. Make her walk back into Garen. Probably just kill this guy. Nice. And fear the LeBlanc. Okay, nice. Baron is not up. So probably what... Oh my god, there's a fucking guy there. I was gonna say, probably what we'll do is just quickly reset and go topside, but we can probably kill these guys first. Actually, I should just reset now. Kind of wasting time. Like, I want to make sure I get to that top wave in time. So we'll just reset. And again, if you felt like you wouldn't die, you could probably go Magi's here, but I'll just buy this. Ooh. Wait, I just realized we might be able to just kill him. Hold on. Okay, that's pretty unlucky. Alright, so now we have TP coming up soon, right? So we can kind of go back to sidelaning, which feels good. So we're going to shove out the side lane like as far as we can without dying, which in this case is pretty far. Like, we're not really under any threat at the moment. And we have Nocturne on our side, which makes life a lot easier. So when Nocturne's with you, things are easier. Now, it looks like Garen's going to come top. This is kind of annoying for me because ideally I would stay until I have death cap. Oh, dude, make up your mind. Because, like, I'm fine to go bot with TP, but ideally I stay on the map until I get my death cap, because that's, like, a huge spike, right? So I'm 200 gold away. If we can get that before next fight, it'll be absolutely huge. And I think we can do one more. This top wave is pretty risky, but I have Nocturne right next to me, so I think it's fine. And we see Nidalee and Leona. It should be fine. Okay, this is going to be a fight, so I'll start walking. Fight's over. I'll just quickly drop a deep ward here while I have the opportunity. Like, while I know Nidalee's dead and while I see Leona, I can drop this ward. And then because I have my team on my side of the map, I can just push top, basically, like, as far as I want without really having to care about anything. Okay, yeah, that chain's still connected, by the way, right, game? Alright, so this is perfect. Basically, we'll shove this. Now, should I TP to this fight? Again, probably not. I have death cap in base, which means, like, I'm extremely strong the moment I complete this base. If I TP in right now, though, I'm actually quite weak. Like, I'm sitting on a lot of gold. Now, I can probably TP now. And if we get kills... Okay, honestly, maybe I didn't need to. I was gonna say, if we get kills, we probably get Baron. Probably better to save TP, but like I said, like, if we get kills, we get objectives, we get, like, third dragon, we get Baron. So, it was not a good TP, I guess, but it's also not that bad a TP, which is nice. Alright, so we're gonna take this. Should be free. We'll just keep poking. Yeah, we do so much fucking damage at this point. Just gonna be a tiny bit careful, like, my flash is still down, but the moment it comes up, we should be good. And the only real threat is, like, I don't know, I guess Shen flash or, like, maybe Leona flash. So we're just shove mid. Again, without having TP, I can't really go side without anything. Because if my team fights without me, they'll just die. So we're just gonna play for this. Ooh, okay, there's a Shen flash. I'm gonna immediately flash away and just ult these frauds. Okay, dude, I can't believe these chains are, like, still connected to me somehow. Oh, I actually hit the Nidalee? Ooh, she must be so low. Now, ideally I'd base TP, but obviously I don't have it. I'd just base TP for health, but yeah, I don't have it. So I want to make sure I'm behind my team here. I want to not die to a random Nidalee. To be honest, we should probably do Baron. I think it's a lot better than doing Dragon. But, I mean, ultimately you're kind of just have to follow your team. Like I said, I think it's better to do Baron, but I mean, we can just do Dragon. It's not that big a deal. So we'll kill this. which is kind of nice. Alright, nimble base. So what now? Ideally I would wait and... Ooh, hold on. I didn't have WE up, sadly. Yeah, ideally I would wait until I had a Void component, you know, because I kind of want to start building Void Blighting Jewel, I mean. But I don't quite have enough gold, so we won't worry about that. These guys fighting while we're in base is really troll. Nothing we can really do about that. Best thing to do is just sprint to the other side of the map and try to do something. Well, actually, I mean, if they live long enough, I could maybe get here. Eh, fuck it, I'll ping them on the way. Top wave's pretty far away, so it's hard for me to do something with it. And again, I don't have TP, so I'm kind of like... Whenever you don't have TP, you're gonna have to be inefficient. You're gonna have to just, like, group and do random shit. Okay, this fight should be extremely free. I just killed that guy in stealth. Maybe I can ult Leona or something? Oh, she's just dead. Alright, so I'll just ping Baron. We could actually maybe end the game bot. It's like a world, maybe, where we can just end bot with Jinx MS. Wow, I got that guy with an auto attack. Okay. Alright, I guess we don't have time for Baron, but it's fine. We can just shove in all the waves. One of the things you should do the moment you want to fight is, like, try and take as much gold as you can. So in this case, I can't get to top in time, but what I can do is take away the Raptor camp. Like, it doesn't take me long. It takes the gold away from Italy, which is really nice. So yeah, it's kind of good. And if you can spread out, it's good too. Like, ideally we don't share gold with Jinx. I mean, if we have to, we will, but you want to try not to. Like, sharing gold is bad for both of you, right? Like, Jinx wants solo gold. You also want solo gold. So, yeah. Alright, looks like we can probably just do Baron. They're really pushed in. They're all showing bot. We have great DPS. So we should just be able to get this. And we definitely need to start building Void. Like, this guy's starting to build Magic Resist. Now, Leona has Magic Resist already. So we'll just kill this and then go for our reset. Alright, feels kind of good. So we'll go this. Now, if you want, you can buy boots here. I'm not going to. I'm actually going to buy Magi's, but you could buy boots there if you wanted. And I'm probably going to TP. So what Jinx is doing here is really troll. Again, if our whole team is reset, she should reset as well. But honestly, like, she's going for it. So our team canceled bases, which is actually correct. And then we're going to TP in. And it looks like that... Okay, he didn't go back. Missed everything. I was trying to catch him, but... Alright, and that's GG. I mean, I didn't need to do anything in that fight. Game's already over. So yeah, that's pretty much it for Hwei. There was a lot of stuff in that game that was, like, not just Hwei specific, though. Like, playing the mid-game, especially as a mage, is, like, kind of similar no matter what you play. And it's a lot about, like, reading the map and, I guess, like, seeing what people are doing. So, yeah. Alright, chat. Let's hear some questions. Any questions? Any thoughts? We can go back and, like, skip over the game a little bit. We can go and review. Any big questions? Hwei, good champ to one trick? Yes, Hwei is one of the best one tricks, actually, because he can be flexed. Like, you can play him bot lane, which is really good. He can neutralize most lanes, and he's basically pickable all the time. So Hwei's a pretty good one trick. Reasoning behind choosing Void or Bloodletter, it would just be, if you have, like, lots of AP on your team, you could play Bloodletter. But if you're the only AP, really, you know, like, I'm not building Bloodletter for Lulu damage, you should just go Void. How do you play differently if you're behind? I mean, that's, like, a huge question, you know? The dumb answer is just, like, you want to play properly when you're behind, but I know it doesn't help at all. But it just depends. Like, there are different... The fundamentals are the same, whether you're ahead or behind, I guess. But, like, the way that looks is going to be really different. Like, for example, my mid lane fundamental of being, like, you want to push the side lane as far as you can without dying. That looks really different if you're losing compared to if you're winning, right? That's just, like, how the game is. But... yeah, I guess you're still following, like, the same track. It just looks really different.